Hey everybody, it's your girl Tanya, and I'm back today with another motivational video. In this video today, we're going to talk about it's time to pivot. So let's get into it. You ever wake up one day and realize, yeah, this version of me, yeah, she's done her job, you know, but it's time for something new. Not because you failed, not because you're behind, you know, but because you've grown and your life is quietly whispering, it's time to pivot. Whew. Today we're going to talk about that moment. The moment that you stop forcing what no longer fits you and start stepping into what's calling you next, right? So let me tell you something, honey. Grab your tea, grab your journal, and grab your peace because this video, it's for anybody who feels the shift but hasn't made that move yet. You know, you just feel it's time to make that shift, but you haven't moved yet. See, there's always signs, right? So let me back up. The signs are being called to pivot, right? And as I was saying, there's always signs. See, we just ignore them because pivots feel scary. Pivot is scary to me, but I have to do it. Um, the first sign, your sign is your spirit is restless, right? You know, you're doing the same things you've always done, um, but they don't hit you the same. The excitement is gone. The thrill is gone. What BB King say? The thrill is gone. The passion is gone. You're showing up at a habit, but not purpose. Sign two, you're forcing what used to flow. It doesn't flow anymore. Something that used to be easy, it now feels heavy. You're pushing, you're pulling. You're dragging yourself through routines that once felt normal. Number three, you keep imagining something different. Have you just be thinking about, oh man, if I only could do this or if I only did that. You dream about a new direction. I could tell you how many times I dreamed about doing that van life, a new career, a new city. I want to move to another state, a new version of you. And that dream, it just keeps tapping me on the shoulder like, hey, you, hey, girl, I'm still here. I'm still here. Step four. Mm, 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 mm. You have outgrown the room you're in. You know, we're shrinking to make the other person feel comfortable. You know, we're dimming our light to the old storyline. But deep down in this gut of ours, we know we're meant for more. We know we're meant for more. And I'm gonna tell you something. These aren't random signs, they're invitations. They're invitations. So you might ask, why do we resist the pivot? To give you three reasons. One, well, actually, I'm gonna give you four. One, we're so loyal to the old version of ourselves. We're so loyal. We don't want to quit. We don't want to start over. But pivoting, it's not quitting, it's just evolving. It's not quitting, it's evolving. Reason two, we are so afraid of what people will say. I'm going to say it again. We are so afraid of what people will say. What happened to your business? Why aren't you doing that anymore? Why are you changing everything? But see, what some people don't realize, growth, it requires change. In order to grow, you got to change something. And people who don't grow, they don't understand. So if you don't grow, you don't understand. Reason three, we are so afraid to lose what we've built. But sometimes, you ever heard this? Sometimes the very thing that you're holding on to is the very thing that is blocking your next blessing. I know you heard that. I'm going to say it again. Sometimes the very thing we're holding on to is that thing that is blocking our next blessing. And the last reason, we don't trust ourselves enough. We forget sometimes that the version of us has survived 100% of our hardest days. Think about it. We survived 100% of our hardest days. We forget that we reinvented ourselves before, and we could do it again. I could do it again. You know, there's a truth about pivoting. Truth one, pivoting, it is a power move, right? It means that you and I are self aware. It means that we are brave enough to choose alignment over comfort. Yep. Truth two, see, pivoting, it doesn't erase our past, it elevates it. It doesn't erase our past, it elevates it. Everything that we've done, it still matters, but every skill, every lesson, every mistake, um, it'll all come with us. Yes, it will. Remember this, pivoting is not a step back. Mm-mm. It's a step toward the life that we're meant to live. And truth four, the very last truth, pivoting is how we protect our peace. You know, when we stay in the wrong place, it drains us. It does. It drains us, or it drains me anyway. And I feel and I believe that moving um, in the right direction, it's going to change me. It's going to restore me. It's going to renew me. It's going to make me over, make me new. Whew. So, how do we know what we're pivoting toward? Well, you may ask, but how do I know the direction to pivot in? Well, let me break it down for you. This is how I'm going to know. I'm going to start paying more attention to what excites me, what makes me light up, what do I talk about nonstop, what do I keep going back to? And then I also got to pay attention, which, my mindset, what's draining me? What is constantly stealing my joy? That's my clue. What is constantly stealing my joy? And then I'm going to pay attention to what keeps finding me. Opportunities, they repeat themselves for a reason, people. People are going to ask you the same thing for the same reason. Your gifts, it's going to reveal your path, right? And lastly, I'm going to pay attention of the version of the person that I'm becoming. My future self, it's already calling. It's calling me forward. And I need to listen to her. I need to listen to my future self. So here's my pivot process. See, this is where we're going to get practical. We're going to how to pivot with intention and with not panic, right? So step one, let go of that old story. What you used to do, what you did, gotta let it go. Let go of the guilt, let go of the pressure, let go of the ideal that you should have stayed where you are. And that was me. How to always do, I should just stayed in New York. I should just stayed in New York. Redefine your identity. Ask yourself these three things. Who am I who am I becoming? Who do I value now? And what do I want my life to feel like? I'm gonna ask you again. Who am I becoming? What do I value now? And what do I want my life to feel like? Step three, you got to make room for the new. You got to make, you got to clear your schedule. You got to clear your environment. You got to clean. You got to clean. Clear your mind. Change that mindset. And you can't receive new blessings when your hands are full. You got to clean. Step four, you got to start small, but you got to start now. Don't wait. You got to start small, but you got to start now. One new habit, one new boundary, one new decision, and one new opportunity to say yes to. Build momentum. How am I going to do that? See, once I take the first step, then I'm going to take another. But you got to start with the first step and another and another. You know, momentum is built through consistency, not perfection. It's built through consistency, not perfection. And the last step, step six, trust the unfolding. Trust the unfolding. You don't need a whole map. You just need the next step and the courage to take it. You don't need a map. You just need the next step and the courage to take it. So, this is for the women. This is a word for the women who are scared to pivot. If you're scared, that's normal. If you're unsure, that's human. If you're nervous, it means you care. But hear me clearly. You are not stuck. You are not behind. You are not too old. And you are not too late. You are right on time to your next chapter. And the version of you on the other side of the pivot, she's stronger, she's wiser, she's freer, she's happier, and she's more aligned than you've ever been. Mm. So if you've been waiting for a sign, if you've been praying for confirmation, if you've been asking, should I stay or should I go? This is your sign. This is your confirmation. This is your permission. It's time to pivot. Not because you failed, but it's because you are growing. Not because you are lost, but because you are being guided. Not because you're confused, but because you're evolving. Your next level is waiting. It's waiting. Your new chapter is ready. Your future self is cheering you on. So take a breath, take a step, and take your power back. Mm. Because it's time to pivot and you're ready. If this hit anyone today, and this is not just for the ladies, this goes for the men as well. Please like, comment, and share this video with somebody else who is ready to pivot but feel like they can't. Because I, your girl, I am going to be on my journey to pivot. And with that being said, until the next time, happy pivoting. Bye.